Hey guys, and welcome to the Grey Zone channel. I'm Nathan, and today we've got something very special for you. We will be going through our very own Rieju MR300 bike build. Now I know what you're saying, gas platform, hard enduro inspired, but we've been lucky enough the last 12 months to be able to race this thing in the 6 to 24 hour day-night events here in South Australia. Now we've done a host of upgrades to this whole bike to make sure that we can go full throttle through the night, so let's have a look. Alright, so let's go through the modifications on this bike. Most are actually on the sort of front side of the bike, so we'll run from the front into the back. Midas tyres have been on board this year, so thank you guys. We've been super happy with the Midas tyres. We're running the TerraForce EX SM on the front with the super light carcass. Lots of feel through the front end with on rocks and tree roots with that light carcass, so it's been fantastic. Been running it in sand, hard pack, the whole lot. We haven't gone away from it. Rhythm race suspension, fantastic job on the suspension rhythm. These are traditionally hard enduro inspired bikes, so we've had to go up a spring rate front and back. That could be the case with any other manufacturer too, to get it to my weight and what we're doing. But we've also had to modify the low speed shim stack, so it's got a bit more hold up. So those couple of modifications have made it, ready for some fast big hits when you're going flat out through rocky paddocks and things like that. Traditionally with road trials, you're racing day and night events. So we run a big headlight, dual headlights on the front here. I don't have them on now, obviously. But I'll show some in the video with some photos and perhaps some video. But yeah, massive headlights on here. So if we're going, top gear through the scrub at night time, you want to be able to see as much as you can. So yeah, big headlights for night time. Daytime, obviously, we don't need it. So we've just run a standard headlight so that we comply with the local road laws to make sure that we're all above board there. Another thing, little hack that I do with all my bikes over the years is put some felt on the top of the guard so that when the big headlights are on, there's no reflection off the top of the guard. So I hate it because if I get over the front and I get this beam of light underneath my chin or in front of my goggles, I can still see, but it just sort of puts me off a little bit. So I put this felt on here so it just sort of disperses the light a bit. It's not so shiny and reflective. Yeah, just a bit of a hack I do and have done over the years. Handguards, Bart Buster's been great with us. The handguards, been running them for the 12 months. The VPSs, both with the backbone and without. So we've run the backbones in the 24 hour because obviously 24 hours a lot of things can go wrong, but most of the 6 hours and 12 hours we've been running the MX guards, which is fantastic. And what I love about these is I can bend them back, which I've tested with a few crashes, and they don't break. So fantastic job, Buster. Happy to be running them. Great company. Going to the bars and the cockpit. Bar wise, traditionally I like bars lower because I actually like to get over top of the bike through corners. I don't like feeling like I'm in a corner with a high bar where I feel jacked up in my chest where I can't actually lean in. So I run a very low bar. Try not to sacrifice obviously my standing position and how far back I can get on the bike and whatnot, but it depends on sort of what we're doing. But I'm running the Carmichael bend and that seems to be working quite well for me at the moment. I run full diamond pro taper grips. Reason being is I suffer from arm pump and always have traditionally, especially coming back into the racing scene after 10 years. It was quite different, so I suffered from arm pump quite a bit, especially at competitions. So yeah, if I can get the smallest diameter and get a good grip on the bars, then yeah, I get less arm pump than say with like a half waffle where it's a bit bigger and harder to hold on to. On that, as far as the controls goes, there's always a lot of comments around people that get on my bikes at how close my levers are to the bars when I'm braking. I've got set right in, so again, I'm at full power when I'm basically at closed fist. I don't like braking out and having to lever it in and really stressing my forearms. Just again, another little hack that I do for myself. I'm sure other people do it. Let us know in the comments below and what you do with your bar setup and your lever positions to if you're like me or not. Another little hack I've done with the light reflection thing, because I'm so fussy about it, is the dash on this Rieju. Now, it is brightish. It's great if you're riding down the roads and just general enduro setup, but I like my view to be as black as possible back, so all the light is going forward. So I've gone to the local car tint place, got some car tint and cut out a little template to put over the dash, so at night time it's just enough that I can see what I'm doing without it being a reflection. So it seems the more things that I start blocking out as a reflection, then something shows up. The dash was like the last annoying thing, I guess, that I ended up blocking out to race through the night time. But yeah, putting that tint on made a world of a difference. So yeah, just another little hack there. Going to the graphics, so MX Inc. helping us out all year. Fantastic job. I've actually had these on for a while actually, so they've worn quite well. They've done a fantastic job with our graphics here, showing off our title sponsor 3D Sightworks. Thank you to them. Seat, so I like to be anchored in on my seat, don't like sliding back and forward like most people. So with MX Inc. they supplied the Strike seats, ribbed seat. That's been great. No sliding back and forward, even under full power, or even if you get out of control, which I have a few times. Another thing that I really wanted to make sure I had was the good protection underneath. So I'm running an AXP linkage guard, bash guard on there. You know, you can imagine 3 AM in the morning and you hit a random rock when you're half tired and flying through the night through the scrub or through a rocky field. Last thing you want is to smash a case or a linkage. They're a little bit bulkier than like a standard one, but you've got all that protection. You can just about smash anything, so it's good. Pipe and muffler I've kept standard. I think the bike's got plenty of power as it is. The only thing I might do in the near future is maybe put a pipe and muffler on it just to give it a bit more of that two-stroker, snappier sound. Still sounds great, but yeah, it's very hard enduro inspired and a bit mellower on the pipe. Still sounds good, don't get me wrong. On the back here, we've got the Midas Terraforce. What do we got? Medium hard on there today. So out here it's a bit sandy, so I probably should have put the soft on, but got a bit lazy. But yeah, so we're just running what we've got on here for now, but it'll still hook up and drive around here, no troubles at all. The gearing wise, we've gone to 1348 on the back, so that we can get a little bit longer gears and we can let a bit more speed. So, you know, chasing down these 450s in the big open paddocks at night time or even in the daytime, you know, it's very high speed, top gear stuff, some of it. So I think we're getting like 140-ish, maybe a bit more out of the bike. So I haven't actually looked down at the speedo past about 135. But it still had a few more legs out of it. So 1348 and yeah, around that 130, 140 mark. So, and still pulling. Now, as far as the motor goes, we haven't done anything to the motor apart from jetting. When it first came, when we wide open throttle, it was a little bit on the lean side, so we've had to richen it up quite a bit to go with these high speed top gear wide open throttle. So yes, we have changed the jetting to suit what we're doing outside of hard enduro. So yeah, if you want to know the jetting specs and stuff, just comment below and we'll give the jetting specs to you and sort of what altitude and stuff we're at. But yeah, so we just played around with that a fair bit, especially at 10 o'clock at night, 5 degrees, just to make sure that we were going to be jetted right for 3 o'clock in the morning, the 24 hour and things like that. But yeah, wide open throttle, needed to go richer. Outside of that, that's the only things we've had to change: suspension, jetting and gearing. Personal preferences to the cockpit, like any motorcycle, to turn this thing from a hard enduro inspired machine into a full throttle into the night race machine. I hope you've enjoyed our bike build of our Rieju MR300. What's next for this machine? Well, we're going desert racing, so please put some comments in the description about what you would do to this machine to go desert racing. Please subscribe, make sure you stay up to date with the next project. We'll see you then.